Hey y'all, how are ya? As you can tell from the title to this video, my husband and I had quite the experience over the weekend. And before I get started, let me just ask you to please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you would like. There are 2 free ways that you can support any YouTube channel, and we all greatly appreciate it when you do that. And yes, I am recording in my car again, so let me address that. And this is the last time I'm going to say anything about it, okay? You know who you are. I am not a professional YouTube channel. I am just me. I'm a regular Jane Doe out here just trying to make a living. And I do YouTube for fun. My target audience are stay-at-home moms, women over 50, women who work, people who don't work. I just come on and I give my thoughts on current events, things that happen in my life. And that's it. I don't have a professional studio at my house, not yet. And I basically started this to, try to build an audience to have once I retire. Now, I am several years away from that. Pardon me, y'all. And I work a full-time job. So a lot of the times, I work a full-time job and I'm running a small business out of my home. So, my lunch hour is basically the only free time that I have to record videos. And so here we are. Now, let's get to the topic. So if you use a food delivery service, you need to pay attention, because over the weekend, my husband and I noticed a lot of charges on our bank account from a food delivery service. And I'm just going to say DD. And you can probably figure out which delivery service I'm talking about. So I think there was a charge from, let's see, today's Monday, so Wednesday, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday there were charges. Saturday's charge was over $70, and that was at a local sports bar here. There was a charge from Starbucks. There was a charge from Steak and Shake, and we very rarely ever go to Steak and Shake, ever. And it's usually when we're traveling. And then there was one other place. I can't remember where that was. But it's really weird how it was going on. So I guess we both have. My husband has his own DD app, and I have my own DD app. And but it was on my app or my account with DD, and the charges were done on the debit card that he has on his Google Pay. So where it said, I guess where it had all the information on the receipt, it was Google Pay. And he only has one card on that, and that's our bank account. So somehow they were using my DD, that they were using my DD account, and somehow his Google Pay was getting charged. So we called DD customer service, and they were absolutely no help at all. They said that they could not see the charges on their end, and I said, I am sitting here looking at it on my phone. So I told them what they were, and I told them who the delivery guy was. I said, it's the same person on all of them. Absolutely no help. I said, okay, well, let's do this. Just close my account with you guys right now. So they did that, and my husband got on the phone with the bank and dealt with them, and of course they're going to put the money back into our accounts. But guys, this was over $200 within a matter of 3 days. 3 or 4 days. And these people are getting very blatant and cocky with doing this stuff. Most of the time, they only do it a time or two. But whoever this person is has done it repeatedly. And knowing that they are local. Oh, and I have to say, the delivery address was our home address, because that was one of the first things that I looked at. We didn't go anywhere this weekend. We didn't even go out to eat. So we were home. One of us was at the house all weekend long, and these deliveries were like between 6 and 8. So we were home all weekend and last Wednesday night, and no one came to our door. There was no food delivered. We didn't order anything. So I wanted to say that, but most of the time these people only do it like a time or two and then they move on. But this person just kept on and kept on and kept on. And it pretty much has to be that particular delivery driver, I would think. Now, you can let me know what you think down below if you've ever had this issue with Dee Dee. But we will be going to the local police department here. We're going to take off a little bit early from work and meet at the police department and file a report, because, you know, we've had this happen a time or two, you know, with our bank account, you know, with other stuff. And the last time this happened, I asked the bank to send me a copy of their investigation because I wanted to file a police report. And they said, oh, no, you know, we're going to investigate it. We'll let you know what we find out. Well, it's because they have insurance that's going to cover that. And, you know, they're not going to worry about a $100 or $200 charge. They're just not going to do that. They're going to let it go. They're going to give us our money back. They'll file an insurance claim, and that's all they're going to do. But this is the same person. You know, I can be as ballsy as them, and I'm going to pursue charges on this person. I'm going to find out who it is. The name was foreign. It's not an American name at all, and it was the same name on all of the orders. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to come on and tell you about that. Make sure that you are checking your bank account. You should be doing that anyway, especially these delivery services. If you can, now this is what I had started to do a while back, and I'm going to do it again. I have like Cash App that hardly ever has any money into it, but I think when we do place food delivery orders in the future, we're going to transfer enough money to like a Cash App or a Venmo card and order off of that card. And then, like, if there's, you know, a whole lot left over, then we'll transfer it back into our banking account. But that way they don't have access to the main account and they cannot continue to drain it. We have also locked all of our cards, our credit cards and our debit cards. Well, my husband's got a new one coming, but he has a virtual card in the meantime, and we are keeping those, everything that we have, locked until we get ready to use it. I know a lot of people use their credit cards instead of their checking account because credit cards have limits on them, and I think it's a lot easier to, or not as much of a pain in the rear to I guess report fraud on a credit card. I don't know, but I've heard people that do everything with their credit card to keep people from getting, from draining their bank account. So anyway, guys, there you are. Let me know if you have had any issues or anything happen remotely like that to you with a food delivery service. Give us all a heads up, would you? I hope this helps somebody out there, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.